She keeps its grove, thou glowing shrine of thirst traps, scams, and dollar signs. We chant in tones both grim and low, for virtue fled a long time ago. Kyrie eleison, Christe descendat, final form Jesus return in wrath. With six-pack glistening, sword in hand, he cometh swift to cleanse the land.
I don't even know where to go with this headline. A British mom claims to have been, well, sexually assaulted by a parasailing operator while midair in Tunisia. I mean, good. Of all the places that you thought you were safe, I guess parasailing. Well, look, you're not going to get my afraid of heights behind on a parasail, to be honest with you. Like on my bucket list, parasailing is not. A British mother of three claims that she was, well, SA'd midair while parasailing in Africa, according to a report. Michelle Wilson, 52, said she was strapped into a harness with a parasail operator when he pressed himself against her and groped her as they sailed through the sky off a beach in Sousse. I could feel the back of my bikini bottoms being pulled, and he was pulling on the strap, she told The Sun. He must have tightened the harness to get me closer. Oh, I, you know, I'd be calculating the drop. I'm just, no, just no. All the no. He straddled his legs around me. He had one hand up on the parachute and the other one wasn't. I felt it on my leg. He was groping and moving back and forth and talking in Arabic. Again, don't go parasailing with random men. I don't know. Now, that being said, definitely Mr. Mo would have had words like, because he knows me. First of all, I wouldn't have gone parasailing. But again, in an alternate reality where I went parasailing and this happened, Mr. Mo would probably be in a Tunisian prison. That's just, no. Now, that being said, she had originally started or planned to ride with a friend, so not this, instructor. And the friend said that she had a great time, no gropey, no touchy touchy. And she claims that as soon as she landed down on the ground, she burst into tears and reported the incident to the local police. And she said the incident had ruined her vacation, which I can completely understand. I mean, no one likes this. You know, that being said, she said, as a woman, you expect a bit of banter from men in these countries, but this wasn't banter, this was assault. Now, Wilson spent $8,000 on her trip for Tunisia with her 17-year-old daughter, her friend, and the friend's 16-year-old sons. She believed the man has since been arrested. British authorities and Wilson's insurance company are assisting in the case. Now, EasyJet is also looking into this because they were the bookers. And this happened in Tunisia, JKD Buck. That being said, look, I have some thoughts, but those belong more on a political channel, which this is not. But be careful and realize that different cultures are going to have different attitudes about women. And in certain cultures, if you're not covered up, you're in the backwards tradition, you are a loose woman who is easy pickings. So be mindful of the different cultures when you go to a different country. Now, should this happen at all? Not ever, not ever. But do be aware that there are a lot of cultural differences in certain countries with different ideals. And that's about all I'm going to say about that one. But maybe just don't go parasailing. God didn't make us fly. I say we stay on the ground. Again, I have no idea what to make of this headline, but we're just going to go with it. Y'all, we're going with it. Kraken forward John Hayden, mascot Bowie, charged by a wild grizzly bear in Alaska during a wild fishing scene. Now, as I'm not fully, integrated into the sportsology yet, though I am looking to expand into sports ball. Sea trolls are apparently not welcome in Alaska. The Seattle Kraken and their mascot, Bowie the sea troll, were in Anchorage for a community partnership with when Bowie and Co. were charged by a grizzly bear. The bear's probably like, what the hell? The team was in Anchorage fly fishing at Brooks Fall as a part of their annual partnership trip with the Bristol Bay Native Corporation, which brings hockey and community engagement to fans in Alaska. Every year, we try to do something special and unique to Alaska, Kraken Partnership Marketing Director Melissa Obacha described the event to Como News. A couple years ago, we took Bowie on a little glacial helicopter ride. In years past, we've done fishing in Anchorage, but this year we were like, let's do fly fishing over at Brooks Fall. I love it. The bear's like, get the hell out of here. I don't like furries. The bear's like, not in my town. Brooks Fall is iconic. If you've ever seen a picture of a bear catching salmon in its mouth, it's typically Brooks Fall. Okay, then why are you going to Bear Central, River to do your fly fishing? This seems like risk management did not look into this outing. HR and, the actuaries from the insurance company did not think about this outing. Well, those bears are certainly on a or they were certainly on a salmon hunt when Kraken was in town. The team was filming, experimental content of Bowie and Kraken, forward John Hayden in the scenic Alaskan wilderness when a bear gave the team some different content than they would have expected. Well, I mean, he is a cutie patootie, not the sea troll, unless you're into that and God love you, different strokes for different folks, but you've got a sea troll mascot for some, and then a cutie patootie for some others. And yes, I'm married, but I'm not blind. Anywho, so again, possibly don't go as a mascot fly fishing in a river that is known for, bear shenanigans, bear nanigans, if you will. The guy in the mascot costume is like, well, I'm gonna be the last one. I can't run in this thing. Um, See, this is no. Mo would not be walking gingerly. Mo would be hobbling the hell out of there. Look, I'm pushing the mascot over. I'm getting out of there. He's too top heavy. Look, I know I'm not going to be the fastest runner. I need to create a distraction. I'm sorry, Sea Troll. You're going sideways. I'm tripping you. Looks some sacrifices were made. To be fair, I would honestly watch the hell out of mascots fly fishing and getting, bothered by bears. I don't know what that says about me, but yeah, I know. But see, my instincts are more Bambi-ish, like get the F out of here. Although I know you're supposed to make yourself big, but I'm not going to play dead in a river. Or did I learn that? I don't remember if I learned that on Magic School Bus or by Bill Nye the Science Guy. So, yeah. And then to round off our stories that invite, well, our savior to come back and rescue us and or the sweet meteor of death, no and all the no and continues to be all of the no. A nearly 2 foot long rat, almost the size of a small cat, was discovered inside a family home. That is no. Hell no. The house is getting burnt down. We are bringing a young priest, an old priest, and a Unitarian to cleanse the ashes. Mo is never living there again. Like just between ASMR and rats, New York City is a no-go for Mo for now. Oh no, it was from England. Holy God, England, what the hell? Exterminators discovered a nearly 2 foot long gargantuan rat inside an English home. Okay, England, I'm still loving the Bakewell tarts and the giant quiz show and 8 out of 10 cats, but these rats, I don't know if I can do this. Now, officials are warning that the cat-sized rodent is not a one-off, but part of an increasingly out of control infestation in the area. Now, I wonder where this is, and is this located anywhere near the Birmingham bin, standoff where your trash hasn't been being collected because the trash people are on strike for better pay? I know that's a problem. I know I'm addicted to UK news for some reason. I don't know. I always feel smarter when I'm listening to someone with an English accent. Don't know why. Because, there's nothing like Kentucky news. I mean, it is a common accent, but you just don't feel smarter all the time when you hear it. That being said, I love me my Appalachian Americans, so don't take that the wrong way. I'm one of them. I just like to pretend I'm smart. Now, the rat measured over 22 inches from nose to tail and was found cozying up in a North Yorkshire home. Easton Ward councillors David Taylor and Stephen Martin posted it on Facebook. Now, photos were taken by an unidentified resident that showed the massive critter, again, yuck, curled up in a plastic bag, ready to be tossed. It's almost the size of a small cat, and that's not a one-off. Both, counselors were saying it's a shocking and growing problem. Now, rodents have been spotted in increasing numbers around the area, traipsing through alleyways, bins, and overgrown land, and now inside homes. Again, no, someone needs to get Dingus. Dingus will take care of this. Now, both Taylor and Martin proposed more funding in collaboration with landlords to tackle the absolutely, again, holy fire would be my only option. This is another problem. People don't understand the upkeep that it takes to maintain a home. And if landlords aren't doing their parts, if there are, trash, you know, fly tipping, as they would call it, or basically just dumping trash, it is gonna invite rodents. It's going to invite the plague. I mean, y'all want the plague in true Archer form. This is how you get the plague. I am now Mallory Archer. Y'all want the plague or final form Jesus. Continue to not deal with this. Like, I don't know if America needs to send Terminex over, but UK, I'll be praying for y'all. But I'm not going over there if y'all have giant rats. Just no, no, and no. Send all Bakewell tarts and, Battenbergs and everything else, care of Mo in the deep end. Thank you. But those are the three stories that are bound to get a higher power involved, I hope, and or at least an end to the shenanigans.